Everybody, it's Victor. It's time another you can run here. The Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Sunday, Mosh Pit. Hope your weekends were awesome and hope it's going off to a great start for the brand new week. We have an amazing artwork of the day here submitted by Spidey Morning. Title of the thread was practicing some TIG welding and tried to do the logo. Tried or like actually incredibly did. So well done on this one, Spidey Morning. Like seriously looks awesome. I love all the toning and stuff as well on I'm not sure if that's tin or if, I know it's not steel, but I guess it could be steel. I don't know anything about welding, man. That was one of my least favorite things to try to do, was welding and soldering. I was not very good at it, but clearly you are. Thank you very much, Spidey Morning, and everyone who upvoted that one. Really, really cool stuff. I love seeing the sort of arts and crafts side of the Mosh Pit. We have so many talented people. Like, it still blows my mind every single time. Oh my goodness. That rock bottom and Jello? What did I die and go to heaven or something? We got Foxtrot Lima X-Ray 30 or yeah, sure, 00 Papa X-Ray. We've got rock bottom and Jello. Oh boy. Whatever. Yeah, so rock bottom, you know it, you love it, but if you don't know it, you should, because it is quite possibly the most broken item in all of Isaac. What it does is essentially it will not allow your stats to go down at all, period. So no matter if you have like an item that like say, oh, I don't know, makes you have a massive movement speed down, it won't. It literally will not give you a movement speed down. If you have like an item that like gives you like a big tears down or something like that, you don't have to worry about that. Or like a damage down, which is usually the biggest one, biggest deterrent for like soy milk and almond milk. Yeah, if you want stuff like purity, it's going to essentially let you just keep every single stat up that you get in the game for an entire run, and that makes it incredible. Now, what makes it even more incredible is that if we end up getting something like Epiphora, something like I don't know, Sacred Heart Brimstone for Jello, this could get nutty real fast. I mean, it's already insane. Like we haven't had a start like this in a very long time with Rock Bottom. It is, of course, one of the most annoying items to unlock, though. You got to go through Tainted Jacob, and but much like the Balatro series, you know, the unlocks are definitely what hold you back, and they unlock the potential of future runs. And whenever you see Rock Bottom, you know that you're just you're in for a good time. You have to worry about pills. You have to worry about stat downs. I mean, nothing. So we're going to start out here. Man, oh, man. Yeah, let's do it, Mosh Pit. We're going to last week's question of the episode. What are your thoughts on Backstabber? And unsurprisingly, lots of people really enjoyed Backstabber. The most upvoted comment came in from DRX GQN, who said, honestly, I find it too hard to use without something like Brimstone or Ludo. Still a good item, but not worth a heart container. It's pretty much the only time that like a comment said something negative, I would say, about Backstabber. I personally don't find it too hard to use, but I also don't know how many hours DRX has compared to me. Certainly, you do not need piercing or something like that to apply it. You can actually apply it in very weird ways. Like even if you're shooting like from the front of an enemy, it does give you the Backstabber proc, which is great. But thank you very much for the response on that one. Next post upvoted comment came in from, I'm going to say Guys Pachilia. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Very good item, especially if you have piercing shots. It can carry you through an entire run. And yeah, that is just what Backstabber does. It carries hard, and I mean hard. And last but not least, the third most of a comment came from Light Cloud, who said, can really save a run, although it can be difficult to apply to some mobs. Which is surprising to me with how many people said that it can be difficult to apply, because I feel like even if you hit like a knight, for example, the ones that have the sort of forward-facing shields, you don't have to worry about hitting them in the back of the head. You can just hit them from the side, and it will proc it. Maybe we will get a chance to show off what Backstabber can do here on this build. I mean, like, the world is our oyster here. We are ready to rock on this one. No pun intended. Well, I mean, actually, pun intended. Because, you know, rock bottom. It was either going to be there or here. Or maybe to the left of there? I'm not sure. And of course, Jello is going to copy every single shot that Isaac has, every single tier effect, every single stat, and he is just absolutely incredible. You all know how much I love me some Jello. What an item. What a guy. We also get Scorpio, which is going to give us poison shots, which is very good. And for it's kind of setting it and forgetting it, but obviously we want to have a little bit more than this. We want to have just we just need stats, any kind of stats at all, and we are golden. We are able to get the Black Soul Heart, which is going to allow us to go into the Devil Deal and take it. Now, in terms of Devil Deals, what do we really want? I mean, Brimstone obviously would be great. I wouldn't take Mom's Knife even if we like had an offer for it, just because it kind of ruins the fun with Rock Bottom. This is one of the few times where I will say that Mom's Knife does ruin the fun. We almost got screwed there. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Me and Death's List, we are no longer on speaking terms. I think Death's List is just not... It is not as good as I wish it could be. I have had some honestly really promising runs that were stifled by Death's List just simply not paying out. And I know that that's kind of a little bit of a small sample size, but like the potential of Death's List to me is it's lost on me. Like I'm no longer thinking that it's like top tier. Now, the reason why I didn't go for the sacrifice room there is because even if we ended up going around and picking up every single heart, that would not have been enough for an Angel Deal item. We had already been to the Devil Deal, so we have no way of getting into the Angel Deal anyway. Plus, it's a little bit too risky right now with us having some pretty doo-doo stats, you know, except for our damage, of course. Our damage is quite good, thanks to us using the nail. So as you saw there, the nail, usually the nail will lower your movement speed, but gives you like, you know, a huge amount of damage. And it did that, except Rock Bottom prevented it from lowering our movement speed. So not only do we maintain the movement speed that we had previously to using the nail, we now also preserve the amount of damage that we got from the nail temporarily, which is now permanent. And that's just a little sample size of what Rock Bottom can do. But of course, you already know what Rock Bottom can do. If you don't, ask somebody or just simply watch this video, because it's hopefully going to get outrageous here. Like, I'm talking kidney stone, I'm talking like soy milk, I'm talking something like, you know, Eye of Belial. Deadeye is incredible with Rock Bottom. I mean, it just makes every single item in the game better, even ones that don't really affect stats and just give you like regular old like tier effects. It still makes it worthwhile. And that's why, you know, at the beginning of Repentance, it was such a surprise to hear that they're going to nerf stuff like Brimstone and stuff like Maw of the Void, but then they give you an item that literally just is an insta-win, basically. Almost an insta-win, I would say. I definitely would say there's very few insta-win items in the game. You know, Mom's Knife is I would argue definitely one of them. Maybe, well, I wouldn't necessarily say that Epic Fetus is an insta-win. That kind of depends on how well versed you are at using it, but also, like, you know, depending on how well you are dodging it, for just avoiding the self-inflicted damage there. But that being said, going back to Rock Bottom, you know, it is an item that is highly dependent on the items that you get, or tarot cards or stuff like that. You know, we can get a strength card that it won't let us keep the HP, but it will let us keep the damage up. Same thing goes for devil cards, same thing goes for Empress cards. Anything that increases our stats become permanent. You know, Star of Bethlehem is one that's very good with Rock Bottom as well. We can take, if we really wanted a movement speed upgrade, we could take the Broken Stopwatch and we wouldn't have to worry about us losing speed, I don't think. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to instead do that. And then go back and look for item room. Yeah, Kidney Stone or even like Camo Undies, stuff that like gives you a huge boost of temporary stats, can be absolutely an insta-win button for Rock Bottom. You know, keeping the temporary stat ups that you get from Kidney Stone, for example, man, oh man, we're eating good. Got Belly Button here, which is going to give us the Charge Penny, which, you know, I mean, Charge Penny could help us out with keeping up the Jello charges in case we happen to run out of charges or something before boss. But again, this is all predicated on us actually getting some kind of stat up. That is not HP. So, yeah, work with us a little here, game. I mean, we got to taste a little bit of it with the nail. Stuff like Sanguine Bond is another very good item for us to have. I mean, Sanguine Bond obviously has been bailed out of item jail, this Invicta item jail now. Sanguine Bond is a bro. Get Roid Rage here. I am going to go all the way back. So watch our luck, by the way. Our luck is going to go up to 10, or at least go up by 10. And then even if we end up taking damage, the luck still will not go away, which is pretty dang cool. And that's rock bottom for you. So I'm hoping that we get some. Again, even tarot cards are going to be huge for us. No, we do not want Cursed Eye. That would be one thing that would ruin the fun instantly if we ended up taking Cursed Eye, even accidentally, which I almost did there. I'm not sure where the secret room is, to be honest. I'm also not convinced that it hit there, but I also don't think it's there. It's actually here. Okay, so we get some more money here, but it's not what we want, game. We need to get some stats, even if it's like pills and stuff. Yes, I said it. Even if it's pills. So watch, we can drop perfection, and our luck rating still will not go down. Looking forward to heating up some of Mama Victa's chicken and noodles today for some late night meal. One of the few meals that I let's not kid ourselves. One of the few meals that I can cook that I legitimately look forward to, because I know that I'm going to be able to feed myself like 3 days with all the leftovers total. Like it's a dish that can not only be like super valuable when it comes to like preservation, because like it holds really well. It's actually legitimately better reheated, and that's weird for me to say, because I'm one of those people. I'm one of those big kids who just really I do not like leftovers. You know, if given the chance to either have leftovers or eat the whole thing, like I'm gonna eat the whole thing. Like the whole meal, like no matter what. That's just what's happening. You know why? Because whenever I bring leftovers home, I don't eat it, and they just go bad in the fridge, and this is wasted food. So, and I don't like wasting food. But Mama Victa's chicken and noodles, they actually like are better reheated. It's kind of nuts. And I look forward to it every single time, especially since like I can actually mimic the way that my mom makes them. That helps out greatly. You know, of course, nothing will take the place of Mama Victa's chicken and noodles, you know, if she makes it herself, but I can do a pretty dang good job at it. It's so good, in fact, we actually made it a sub goal on Twitch, which has been, I think, 2 years in running now. We haven't hit yet. Trying to get back to 2,000 subscribers on Twitch. It's been a while since we had 2K. Filigree Feather. I mean, yeah, I guess if we end up playing the sacrifice room, but the problem is that we're not getting a lot of hearts. Now, one thing I failed to mention, and I probably should have mentioned this when we were talking about not playing the sac room on that last floor, is that we have Maggie's Bow, and Maggie's Bow will heal us for 2x the amount of hearts that we pick up. Red hearts, that is, not soul hearts. I wish. I'm going to take Champion Belt. I'm also going to take this pill here, and it's going to be 40-hour energy. At least we know what it is. So, you know, all we need is basically a half heart, and it heals us back for like a second tap on Sacrifice Room. And now that we have the Filigree Feather, you know, it might be viable and maybe even advisable to go for the sac room here. We are not going to be able to kill that. There we go. But that being said, can we get some tiers game? I mean, like, I'm happy that we have the damage up and all, but as you see there, if you're wondering, like, hang on a second now, buddy. Wait on one minute here. How come your damage didn't go up and you picked up a damage up? What kind of hack client you got going on here? Well, Cletus, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but unfortunately, the way that Rock Bottom gets a little bit misunderstood is that it sort of raises your stat floor. So our floor was raised whenever we used Nail. So in order for us to actually get a change in our damage rating, our damage would have to surpass 7.1. And since our base stat was not as high as 7.1 when we picked up Champion Belt, it went to whatever. So notice there that we also didn't get a stat up here either. It did not reflect on our damage despite us taking another damage up. That's how low our base damage was. So in order for us to actually see any difference on the base damage, like the actual value of the stat, we have to eclipse what our floor has been raised to, which is obviously 7.1. And right now it's lower than 7.1. We're probably close, but we're not there yet. So we have some big pog plays here. Hopefully manage to get a couple of good payouts from Uriel and Gabriel. We got to be very careful with our HP, though, obviously. Go check the boss room. I will take Squeezy just because, obviously, we are in desperate need of some soul hearts. I decided to pick up one. I'm not going to pick up the other. But given how many hearts are on the ground, we should be able to get close to... We should be able to at least get to Uriel. I don't know about Gabriel. Gabriel will highly depend on whether or not we get the 7 soul heart payout from the 10th tap, I think it is. 10th or 11th. Something like that. Nice. We did get another red heart here, which is good. So hopefully that makes sense. Every time I try to explain what the stat floor is, people get confused. Just think of it like the minimum value that your stat has to be in the background in order for you to see something in the foreground. Does that make sense? It probably sounds more confusing now. I didn't mean to pick up that soul heart, but here we are. Yeah, we got a regular steel chest, and now we have a 33% chance for an Angel Deal item. It's going to be a bit. It's going to be a little bit of a chore, but we are going to go all the way over here in the secret room first, just to get this first half heart. And we should actually be picking this up as well, the wishbone, because we are taking damage. So technically speaking, we could have gotten an HP up, which would also be beneficial to us. Again, Rock Bottom doesn't have any bearing on, like, you know, your HP or anything like that, but in a sort of direct way. Indirectly, it does, because obviously the more damage you're doing, the safer you are, yada, yada, yada. What are you? Loads of diarrhea. Okay. So we need to make sure we have Jello charged, which we do. Got a soul heart. I'm going to leave that behind right now because we have Uriel coming up. So we will absolutely at least get to Uriel and the payout from Uriel, which is either going to be 30 cents or 7 soul hearts. You know, I'm going to pick this up here. Hold bandage with big time play. Since we're here, we might as well... I mean, hopefully Uriel pays out with the soul heart. Yeah, we get soul locket. And he paid out with soul hearts. Nice. Okay. So now we can fight Gabriel. We can still maintain Jello in here. And really, like, again, any item that we get here from Gabriel will be hopefully beneficial. I mean, Sacred Heart would be amazing because we won't have to worry about the shot speed down. We won't have to worry about the tears down or anything like that. It's just going to be just all gravy. Just kind of letting Jello do the work for us. And Pasco Candle is actually kind of amazing. So the Pasco Candle is not going to help us out immediately. Well, actually, it did help us out immediately. It's going to give us a massive, and I mean a massive, tears upgrade as soon as we max it out, we are super duper golden. So what it does, it gives you a big tears up every single time you clear a room without taking damage. Now, when you do eventually take damage, that bonus obviously resets. However, because we have rock bottom, we will no longer lose that tears bonus, and that's just So we are highly motivated to not only find sack rooms here, but also clear rooms to max out the Pascal Candle. That's going to raise our tears floor by a whole lot. And then our tears rating, basically, like, our cap then goes up by whatever the factor of it increased by, thanks to Pascal Candle. So instead of our soft cap of our tears being at 5, it's now going to be like, it's gonna be like 8. And that's before, like, reaching into the cap and everything too. So yeah, this is good. It's real good. So we are on our way here, Jello. I did see the new Dune movie. I'm not going to spoil it for you. I will say that I didn't like it. I didn't like it as much as I liked part 1. Without going into great detail, that's all I'll say. I felt that for the runtime there wasn't enough payoff, and I was a little bit disappointed with that. But the visuals are still incredible. You know, having never seen any of the other Dune movies and never read any of the novels, I knew nothing about the source material going into it. I only had what the remake was from 2019 or 2020. I think it was 2020. That's all I had to go off of, and that's what I basically gauged my reaction with. And it was still good. Like, I'm glad I saw it. I don't know. Like, maybe I was also sort of slightly influenced by my friends telling me, like, this is like the new Star Wars. Like, this is our generation Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so we're setting the bar real high. And stuff like that, whenever I hear it, it's just like, okay, so pause the Dune talk for a second. So you notice how we got a damage upgrade there. That's because our damage floor is now past 7.1 thanks to Glass Eye. Now we're going to start seeing damage upgrades again. Yeah, whenever I hear stuff like, yo, this is the best thing ever, like, I immediately know it's not going to be the best thing ever. No disrespect to my friends, because, you know, some of them do watch these videos and hang out with me, but I just didn't, you know, it wasn't the best thing ever to me. It was still good. It was a little bit too long, not enough payoff, but, you know, the visuals are great. I love Stellan Skarsgård, and you know, it's I probably would have liked it more if they cut it down by about 45 minutes, and I definitely would have been digging it. Probably a little bit more. They probably could have condensed some story stuff as well, a little bit better to my tastes. But definitely go see it. If you were a fan of the remake or fan of the novels, then definitely go see it. Which is crazy because, like, I'm not a movie guy. Like, I've told people many times, like, I'm not a big moviegoer at all. Like, I very rarely go see movies. The last movie I saw before -1 was Top Gun. Was Maverick. I don't feel like coming back up here, so I am going to get the school bag. Well, after I accidentally buy the Soul Heart, Isaac. I was basically trying to dodge the spider there, so maybe I won't get the school bag. It's gone forever. Yeah, that Maverick was the last movie I saw in theaters before -1, and then of course I saw -1 twice. And then, like, you know, I was influenced by a certain someone who said I needed to watch Dune before Dune 2 came out, or the Dune Part 2, and I said, okay, I'm obligated to do so. So, oh baby. All right, here we go. So we get Ares again. As you see there, it does not protect you from walking over spikes, that sort of stuff. But we all know what Ares can do. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like probably actually better than Wishbone at this point, because at least we can get a random stat up thanks to the broken syringe. So I'm down with it. I'm buying what you're putting down. I'm selling what you're baking. I don't know what phrases are. Of course, we have the acceleration here with Ares, and you know, we're able to deal some damage with the Ares charge, but it's obviously just better for us to just simply not use it right now. We don't need to, unlike those other runs that we saw. But I will say, like, going, you know, seeing -1 twice now, and then going to see Dune Part 2. It sort of got me interested in going to movies again. And there's no real particular reason why I stopped going to the movie theaters. I'm just not a big movie guy, but like I saw like the trailer for the new Ghostbusters, and I was kind of like, yeah, you know what, I might go see that. You know, they got all the classics back. Twisters, I don't know about that one. I honestly don't know how they're going to make a sequel to a movie that was about basically Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt, and maybe some tornadoes every now and then. Like, I don't understand that one. Like, I like Twister. Like, I saw it a long time ago when I was a kid. I thought, man, this is so cool. Like, look at those graphics. How do they make the tornadoes look so realistic? Yeah, I was never expecting a sequel, ever. I guess as Bill Paxton's not going to be in it. Okay, all right. That was a little bit inappropriate. I like Bill Paxton. If you didn't know, by the way, he is deceased. That was the dark joke there. The last store is a greed fight, and this run is... Gotta say that so far, Rock Bottom really has not had a chance to shine outside of getting the Pascal Candle and also getting the nail. Pretty disappointing. We are going to get a sack room here, which... We do have the filigree feather, so it's worth it for us, even if we get teleported to the devil or to the angel deal, just because we have a chance of getting an angel deal item. Yeah, Void is not gonna be it, Chief. So our shot speed is out of control right now. We'll get Sacred Orb. Okay, hang on now. Hang on now. We got Sacred Orb, so this could be potentially very interesting. I don't know why I'm even bothering with Cardio Coin. And yep, that's definitely an item that exists. And the Binding of Isaac Repentance. Death card. Of course, Sulfur did increase the amount. It did increase the amount of damage that we're doing. And also give us the ability to shoot rocks. I'm going to take Wicked Crown. I mean, we can always shoot rocks, but I mean, it allows us to destroy rocks with our tears. So I definitely want to get a charge on Jello before we go fight Gabriel. Just for a little bit of extra safety, because remember, we're going to go down to 1 HP before we fight him. When we go down to 1 HP, we can actually go into the boss trap room and maybe get some more red heart HP, because at this point, like, we're leaning heavily into Maggie's bow. Man. Old bandage. Showing you how it's done by a big-time player making big-time plays. And there we go. Oh. And I thought my jokes were bad. Sacred Izzle. Now notice that we are not bound by the tears down or shot speed down from Sacred Heart. That is all thanks to our friend, you guessed it, Rock Bottom. Now, if we can really, really start taking off by getting more and more of these angelic items, like getting, again, Star of Bethlehem is now like top pick. And I can't really say with any certainty that Sacred Orb did not have something to do with us getting Sacred Heart out of nowhere. So, let's see what we can get out of this Devil Deal. Actually, no, it won't be a Devil Deal. It's going to be an Angel Deal. Look, it won't matter. Either wafer would be something that would be also very beneficial for us. Oh, you know we're going. You know we're taking the negative. Obviously, I wish I would have, gone to the. I wish I would have gotten the school bag, but we didn't, and we could. We could skip to Lamb. If it happens, it happens. Okay, it happened. The only thing we really lose here is, other than the Eden token, is the fact that we are not going to be able to get another sack room for the rest of this run. We are, however, able to turn into Black Judas, and that is just amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Got Leviathan. Probably should have taken that after turning into Black Judas, but oh man, oh man. So our damage is now 40.89 because we are Black Judas with Sacred Heart, thanks to Rock Bottom. And good lord, man. We just got to be careful with our HP is all. Rooms like this could very easily yeet us out of here, but we did also get this. We just got the Seraphim transformation too, which saves us a whole lot of worrying. But the reason why I felt confident enough to teleport is obviously because we have Sacred Heart Rock Bottom. There is nothing that is going to be able to stand in our way at this point. Bag of crapping. Right, I said it. I mean, Lamb... Oh, we even get Sci-Fly, too. Lamb has... yeah, Lamb's already... He's already dead. Well, you know we're doing a victory lap. Come on now. Come on now. It's Sunday. It's time to start off the new week with a bang. Second seed. I don't know what Jello was doing there at the beginning of that floor. 6 Echo 0 Juliet X-Ray Delta 9. And boy, howdy. Now is the time when we start taking off. We also just went straight to the boss, so I guess while we're here, let's go one-shot the Gurglings real fast. Iron Bar is kind of whatever. We have 50 damage now, thanks to Iron Bar upgrading us. Which is not the same as Iron Flower by K's Choice. I don't know why and whatever. Not only get that reference, except maybe Justin. I mean, I know Justin will, but also like make that connection because like it has nothing to do with what I was talking about, except the word iron. Because, you know, I'm a pro YouTuber. I've got clever and witty commentary. I can take the word iron and relate it to the word iron. And then be like, oh, yeah, Iron Butterfly by K's Choice. A song that probably not many people have heard. Oh. There's a super secret room right there. I didn't even know it. All right. It was actually Justin who showed me that song. So, and yeah, let's go alt path. We haven't been alt path in a while. It's Sunday. We got Rock Bottom. We got Sacred Heart. We got Jello. There ain't nothing. And I mean nothing that anything on alt path is going to be able to do to stop us. So notice how we're we're above the usual soft cap. Watch this. Now the reason why we went even beyond that plus ultra style is because remember the whole stat floor thing I was talking about. That is why. Our stats were raised to the point of eclipsing what the new floor was raised to, thanks to the oh my goodness, thanks to Pascal Candle. And now our damage is just going to get even nuttier because we just got Deadeye. And that damage, that bonus that we get, will not fall. As you just see right there, we're doing 100 damage per shot. It's pretty good. I would say that's muy bueno. Let's go. Well, I mean, we can just pick this up real quick and get an extra little all stats up there. Yeah, there we go. Right. Right. Our battery will definitely take. What are you? Do we know you? Range up. Colostomia is Colostodemia. More HP, which is something we desperately, not desperately, what we kind of need. And yeah, we don't need any of those as well. I mean, our damage is just, it's insane. Like, it is insane. We haven't even gotten any tarot cards yet that give us boost to our damage. Like, wait till we get like a strength card or something, or devil card. Yeah. So that just raised our floor by a whole lot. A range upgrade here and a luck upgrade. The eternal chest is done. Apparently there's a boss trap room here that we can just go ahead and two-shot real quick, so yeah. Yep. Tarot cards here, Stars card, Hierophant, and Chariot. Definitely take the Miter here because Black Judas can only get Soul Hearts for HP with the Compass, which of course is one of my favorite items ever just because we already know where we need to go. And since we're on alt path floor 2 here for Downpour, we have to go find the white fire that's going to allow us to go into the underground world or the flip world or whatever you want to call it. The upside down world. Let's go fight the boss first. If I fight the boss, I mean maybe it lasts like 2 seconds. We get Eden Soul, which is actually not terrible if we can get a full charge with it. Get Squeezy, which is going to give us more tiers because, again, our floor has now been raised to 7, as you saw right there. Squeezy does give us a little bit more than what we got, than 3/100ths of a tiers up, but because our floor had been raised so much, then yeah. So what we can do with the upside down is we can actually hold on to Eden Soul and do another full clear of the level and get a full charge and still use it inside of the item room. Or the angel deal. We just have to be very, very, very careful not to shoot the mirror with our sulfuric acid tiers, because that will actually kill us. That's the only thing that can end this run is me being stupid and shooting the mirror. So let's try real hard not to let that happen, shall we? Hey, brain, you feel me? Remember, we are playing as the Lost, so we need to be very cautious about taking any form of damage whatsoever. We don't have any HP, or we don't have any extra lives, so this is about the most vulnerable that we're going to be on this run. Yeah, but we can take Pay to Win. We don't need Vibrant Bulb anymore. We get eye drops. We are one charge away. And I think there was a full charge inside the shop, I think. Or no, we can just do this. There we go. We get Act of Contrition, which is going to give us another Tears Up. Then we can use Eden Soul in the Angel Room and get... Okay. I don't know how that works. I don't know how we didn't get Godhead before we got the repeat of Rock Bottom and Sacred Orb, but there you go. Seems to make sense here, game. Yep. I gotta say, this is the first time I've ever had a dupe Rock Bottom and also a dupe Sacred Orb on the same run. This is we're entering new territory here. This is kind of wacky. No, before you ask, it doesn't give you any benefit to having Rock Bottom. I'm watching the trash guys take my trash out real quick. I'm one of those homeowners that like I want to make sure that like I get the trash cans off the curb like immediately. I don't like leaving my trash cans out there, and it's not really because like I fear the HOA. It's mainly because the one and only time that I left one of my trash bins out, it wasn't even the recycling bin, it was just the trash bin. Some health. Okay. Some neighbor, that's the nicest word I'm going to call them on YouTube. Some neighbor took it upon themselves to take their Ziploc bag or doggy bag full of dog doo-doo and put it in there. So that was fun. I found out through one of my actual good neighbors who it was, and I swear to you, I contemplated this for a little while. I thought about going over to their house and putting it in their trash can and like leaving a note saying, "Hey, I appreciate the welcome to the neighborhood gift, but I will politely decline it." But I didn't want to start like some kind of like neighbor war, so I just decided to be like, okay, we'll see about that. Because like I'm the type of person that like takes like a scorched earth to things. Like I'm like, you know, why are you messing with my property? Like I've never touched your property before. Like why are you even doing that? Like it's super disrespectful. And if it was someone that like, especially someone that like I could easily contact, I definitely would have done that. But I don't know this person. So what is this gonna do? Okay. Yeah, we don't really need the range, but we got it. Obviously, we don't need Ouroboros to do anything. It reminded me of that one video that went viral many years ago of the neighbor who was taking it upon themselves to like had like a long grabber reacher arm to get their neighbor, the person who was filming's orange tree. I think it was an orange tree or lemon tree or something, or avocado tree. It was something like that. It was out in California. You know how all those rich Californians do with their avocado trees and whatnot. It's not that we can't do the boss trap room. It's just like, why bother? Not worth our time. Also, I just realized that we've also like left our good pal Jello behind, which is fine. I mean, Jello wasn't really doing anything. It's not like we were using him. Member card. It's Curse the Blind though. I think we can wait. Now this is Mines 2, so we have to go find either the golden buttons or, since we have flying, we can just go do this. There we go. Hey, look, our friends are coming too. Would you look at that? That's the thing that that irritates me to no end about people in general. It's just like, you know, you're minding your own business, you know, doing what you do, and then someone takes it upon themselves to like impose themselves on you, like by way of like messing with you, or like, you know, in more extreme circumstances, like, you know, someone like films you in public when like you were you weren't asking to be filmed or anything, but it was like, oh, it's public. We can film whatever we want. And then like they catch you doing something embarrassing, and then like everyone has a field day with it. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of stuff that like I absolutely hate about today's world. You got any Yahoo with a camera these days, or even not even a camera, but a phone. I mean, people don't take cameras anywhere. And anyone can try to be like, you know, make an example out of you just for like clicks and engagement. A very, very, very weird and strange world we live in these days. You know, it's like I really do feel for fast food workers having to put up with so much crap on social media of these morons driving up to the drive-thru and like just causing all kinds of shenanigans because they have like, you know, 200 followers on TikTok. Like that kind of stuff just irritates me. Like I feel really, really terrible for those people. You know, because it's like they're not asking to be messed with. Like they just leave them alone. Just like have some decency. I don't know. That was my first negative experience moving to a new neighborhood, was that. But luckily, ever since then, I haven't had any more problems like that. So now I don't know if that's directly related or not to me taking my trash bins in or not, like immediately. But you know, if you don't give them a chance to mess with you, then like, you know, they can't mess with you. I was really close though, like I was like this close, brother, this close to going in and going to this person's house, and dude, I don't even know where I am on the screen right now. And returning the bag of dog doo-doo, dog droppings in their like mailbox, or in their not mailbox but trash bin, and being like, hey, thanks, appreciate the gift, but I don't want it, thank you. I am disinclined to acquiesce your request. This is risky here, playing the sacrifice room as Black Judas, because we have no way of healing ourselves. So you know that we're strong if we're doing this, especially on an XL floor. Of course, this assumes that we're able to get like anything. Okay. No, we do not want Spirit Sword. We still don't want Sensor, so you know. We got a Soul Heart, which is good. You really, really, really need Uriel to pay out their Soul Hearts, and he did. Okay. Let's get the Stairway, which is going to be great for us. No. No. This run's potential may have been stripped by some pretty crappy RNG in terms of like our initial items, but we have built it into something amazing. And I think that to throw it away now just for the sake of, oh, lols, hey, look a Regenicist. No, thank you. Again, I am disinclined to acquiesce that request. See what's inside of our item rooms here. We got SMB Superfan, which is, again, just going to be even more stats on stats here. Didn't even see that guy. It's I will say it's very hard to tell where Black Judas is at most of the time whenever I play him. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We get Mama Mega. I am going to take a quick peek in the member shop. Diplopia, maybe we can do something amazing with that. I don't know. Maybe if we find like R-Key or something like that. We're definitely not primed for an Omega run yet, but we could be. Cat of Nine Tails, which is great. Good lord, man. This is This is some Insano mode. Want to take Shielded Tears? We can actually take both Shielded Tears and Sagittarius for Shielded Piercing. I'm definitely feeling that. Oh my God, we are firing. We're not firing boulders anymore. We're firing friggin' planets out here, man. All right, there you go. That's how you beat Boss Rush in Binding of Isaac. Yeah, suffice to say, we do lots of damage. Check out the stairway real quick, and again, we can just fight an angel statue for a free item with a balance. I mean, we could take Void as well, but get another sacrifice room. It is Curse the Unknown. But something tells me I think we're going to be all right. I'm surprised that we haven't seen the wafer yet, actually. Yeah, we have the Polaroid now. So to save, to cut down on time, I'm going to walk out and walk back in here. Soul Heart, which is great. The Soul Heart, which is great. The Relic, which is going to give us Soul Hearts. That's fine. Didn't really want the Relic here. Or we didn't really want the 30 cents, obviously. We wanted the Soul Hearts. Get the Mind, which is going to give us full mapping. Down with that. Yeah, we'll take Mr. Dolly. Get a couple Soul Hearts back. Of course, we have no idea how much or how little HP we have. Not that it really matters, because, I mean, you know, whenever you're one-shotting everything in the entire game, I think HP suddenly has a little bit of diminishing returns. We don't even have to break stride to walk through these rooms. We did leave a Soul Heart over here thanks to the Relic. Thank you, Relic. Yeah. What a run, man. What a run. If you enjoyed this run, everybody, make sure you click that like button. Very rare we get an opportunity to have a video on Sunday that goes over 3,000 likes. And I think that if there was ever going to be a run that did it, it's definitely going to be this run. Especially considering like just how many crazy, insano upgrades we've been getting. Like, yeah, we didn't really have like the most amazing. Sacred Heart doesn't do anything. Double Sacred Heart literally does nothing. We didn't have like the most incredible run of all time here with Rock Bottoms, with the Rock Bottom start, but for us to see double Sacred Heart, double Sacred Orb, and double Rock Bottom, that's something that is unprecedented. Even with the amount of time that I've spent in this game, I've never seen that happen before. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. Remember, click that like button, leave a comment down below. Go check out the Balatro series as well, everybody, if you'd like to support the channel in other ways besides Isaac. And thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some patrons of mine like Herman Haynes, Shock Top, and Nicholas. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.